My journey to joy at work, to championing joy at work, began when I got fired. So let me rewind a little bit and tell you a little story about a student called Maisie. See, I worked in a school of about 300-ish students as the director of assessment and feedback. Standardized testing, report cards, and conferences, your favorite, right? So, yeah, everyone was stressed. The teachers, the students, the families, and testing was serious. Accreditation, funding, enrollment, and, actual educational work all depended on accurate testing in some way, shape, or form. So one afternoon, I sat in my office, this tiny little office, as the recess sounds of students laughing, balls bouncing, and voices squealing just floated through the window. Could I make testing feel like that? Or could I at least start with joy in mind and make it better? It was worth the try. So instead of the traditional end of year testing frenzy, we moved the test to January. We spread them out to avoid overload in one day. I even sent the kids home with kits filled with bouncy balls and bubble wrap and encouragement to approach testing with curiosity and ease. Maisie was one of those stressed kiddos. In third grade, this was her first year of testing. She'd heard the horror stories and felt the intense stress that permeated the school every spring. As testing season closed that year, Maisie's mom, Ginger, set a bright purple gift bag on my desk, and I pulled out this plaque, Director of Good Moods. Ginger, what is this for? And she then went into this hilarious impression of her daughter, Maisie. Mom, testing was the best. We get animal crackers and cheese sticks. We play a game before we start and get extra recess. And all I have to do is the things we already learn in school. When Ginger came in, I'd already seen the score reports. Our students had scored in the top 25%, and many scoring much higher. But Maisie's experience confirmed my theory. Joy made the work better. 3 years later, the US Department of Education recognized us as a blue ribbon school, an honor awarded only to 50 private schools each year. I imagine you've got a few stressful experiences that routinely plague you at work. I hear phrases like this when you talk to me at events, reply to my emails, and fill my DMs. I just don't know why my work matters. The stress is so much, but everyone else is stressed too. I just have to keep going until XYZ, and then it'll be better. I feel so stuck and lost, but what else am I going to do? I'm just exhausted. The pressure is ridiculous. And you probably said something similar, and you're not alone. It's an epidemic across the world. A few weeks ago, I was digging deep into work-related stress research for my upcoming book, and the study after study showed the rising challenge of workplace stress and its impact on people. So, on its impact on people, performance, productivity, and profitability. Gallup just reported that here's just a sample. Gallup just reported that engagement hit an 11-year low in April of 24. Headspace published in their Workplace State of the Mind 2024 that work stress has negatively impacted the physical health of 77% of employees. And Zippia 2023 research found that more than 65% of employees find it difficult to concentrate because of their work environment, compared to just 46% in 5 years ago in 2018. But listen, this one from Zippia in their research roundup floored me. I felt tears sting my eyes as I read it, and it said work-related stress causes $190 billion and 120,000 deaths a year. We're literally dying from lack of joy. Now, most leaders believe that positive culture and joy at work are nice to have. Sure, if I get it, then great. When actually, joy is the heartbeat of a healthy organization. Joy is the center of how we get all the things that we need at work, including profit. Joy, positive culture, people power skills, and if you call them soft skills, I will challenge you like Anika Montoya. Those things all feel squishy and theoretical. So I'm going to offer you a picture: the aqueduct and the arch. So every civilization in all of time has needed water. And water, its most common source is a river until the Romans invented the aqueduct. A river flows unintentionally, following the path of least resistance. The aqueduct led the water to the exact places it was needed. So if you can imagine water as culture, a river as culture avoids the hard decisions, and it avoids the patience it takes to be people centered, avoids the hard conversations, leaving so many places nearly uninhabitable. And then we have the aqueduct as a culture, bringing the water exactly where we want it to go, intentionally centering joy and embracing complex people, cultivating communication skills, and dealing with the hard conversation. So flourishing spreads throughout an organization. And what supports this structure is the Roman arch. Now, an arch has two footers and a keystone, and the keystone locks in place. And it locks in place all of the pieces, distributing the weight evenly, and allows the arch to uphold the entire structure. So, in this arch, the keystone is joy. We uphold positive culture in an arch of footers of curiosity and connection, but the keystone, the one that distributes the weight and upholds everything, that is joy. So I define joy as intense happiness from a feeling of deep connection and appreciation and experiencing something greater than ourselves. When Ginger walked in with this good moods plaque, that was joy. When I saw the testing results that accurately showed our students' progress, that was joy. Now I get messages from clients like, we are communicating so much better. The friction is disappearing. That's joy. Sure, Jen, those feel good, but what about what about profit? Well, here's some data. Inspired employees who experience joy and purpose at work are 143% more productive than disengaged employees, according to Michael Mankins of Bain and Company. Joyful employees are 3.5 times more likely to help someone else and improve group performance by 25%, according to Ginnick's market data report in 2024. And companies with healthy cultures are more profitable and have higher stock market returns. According to research from Fitzy Russell, organizations with positive culture outperform the market by 3.3%. But it's more than that. What does joy at work look like for you? When I got fired a couple years ago, a couple years after being named a Blue Ribbon School, the organization had lost its joy. From a place of joy and student-centered focus, we went to pleasing donors so we could get a fancy building. The keystone of the arch had crumbled, and we caved in. Because without joy, the entire structure crumbles. The good news, you can restore joy in your work, bringing life and flourishing to yourself, to your team, to your entire organization. If you want help figuring out your next step to bringing joy to the work and creating that positive culture, let's chat.